I read like spontaneous ones from different authors. So I don't really know of like a set author that has like good work all the way around. Like Carrie Lake, like I like the
Well, wouldn't you consider
Anthema.
Penelope Douglas to be a dark romance author? And you read a lot of her stuff.
No, 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 no,
No?
no. Hers is more of a like,
Taboo romance?
yeah, it's very just like contemporary, could happen, actually,
I feel like
taboo.
Carrie
It's
Lake is more of like a horror
she's a gothic.
romance. Yeah, gothic. That's a good way to put it.
Gothic.
Gothic horror romance.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I like Anthema. So I was like, maybe, something else from her is good. And I was like, let's try this. I've seen this one a million times. And I I read it and then I was like, oh, okay. And then I remember like liking it at some points of it, and where I was like, I love the part when you read a book and you're like, oh, I can't wait to get back to my book. Like, screw everything else. I hardly do that anymore. Like, not much excites me for that. But this one
Mm.
had moments, and I was like, oh, I gotta find out what's going on. But anyways,
I know.
um,
I love a book that I can't put down. And
mhm.
yeah, you're right. Like sometimes I go through waves where I just everything's kind of like, nah, like it's good, but it's not like great. And then
Rarely
I'll
you hit
hit a
that.
section where I just hit like a few really good ones right in a row. And it's like, I can't stop reading. I'm reading like 4 or 5 books, like just, and it's like, oh my God, everything I pick up is so good. And then I'm like, eh,
Yeah,
eh.
that's where I'm at. I tried to read a couple other ones. I have like four books I just jumped into. I took the advice from that Ginger and Spice girls um
Mhm.
thing on this book that they were like, "Oh, it's the spiciest book I read all year." And I was like, "Bet." I was like, "Bet, let's see." And I read the whole thing, but it was just a freaking porno.
So it was the spiciest
It
book.
is real fucking spicy.
I feel like there's a difference between smut and spice.
Oh, like
You know what I mean? Like,
it was nice
Fourth
though.
Wing is spicy, you know? But like there's
It
some, you know what I mean? There's like a difference between a spicy book and a smutty book, in my opinion.
like I mean the concept and the plot was the plot, but the premise of the book was kind of goofy. Like they're in this like golf club, and this club is like uh not underground but like a secret sex society that its members partake in, so they pretty much just like prostitute themselves or whore themselves out, and this woman's married with kids and she's like, oh, well, I don't know what to do, honey. She does it all.
She doesn't know what to do, but she does it all.
She does it all. I mean from every hole, every orifice. I mean, there's nothing that was missed. It was expanded.
It was expanding.
It was expanded. It was shaven. It was fed. Like a feeding, a feeding, a, a, a feeding fetish.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I thought of
But
the
then,
scene in American Pie when he's talking about the grapes. And I remember watching that scene when I was really young, and I'm like, I don't understand where the grapes went.
yeah, no, that one was weird for me. I couldn't get on board. And then the shaving, like, and then like the last job was like a $250,000 job, and she's like, 7 days, 8 men, gotta do it, yeah. And DP powwow and and voyeurism galore, and my God, stuffing, the amount of stuffing that just kept coming. This poor girl, like they had a schedule for her, but they were all so sweet. Like Cook was very nice, and there was Dr. Francis or Dr. Frank, and he like we don't know if he really was a doctor, if that was just the club name that he picked, and he would come in and he like used whatever the girl thing, spectronum, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But he'd use one of those, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then he would do it on the other side while Tom watched everything the entire time. But then she did one feeding job that wasn't related to the 8 men, and it was interesting. Like he had like a whole tarp laid out, and oh my God, he like was like, "Are you ready for dinner?" And like he made her lay on like this granite countertop naked, and like he took his chopsticks and he laid sashimi out across her. And he would take the chopsticks, grab a piece of sashimi, he would take it, he would put it through her folds, and then dip it in the soy sauce. And then he ate it. And I was like, I might want to be a food tray one day. And then it was just fun. And then like the cake, me and her sit on cake, and I was like, my God. And let me tell you, the anal cavity got a lot of attention. I mean, a lot. Like the one guy that was like, I'm gonna gape your holes with things. And he took a nice, yeah, so it was pretty interesting.
This
And
was
like,
a wonderful summary. I love the summary of this book. Good job. I feel
yeah,
like this was, you're gonna have to put the book and then this clip and be like summary of book. And then
spiciest
and
book
then the
I've
holes.
read.
And then the
Spiciest book I've read of 2026 thus far.
thus far. 15, 16 days in.
My God, it was. Now I'm like, I'm remembering things. You know what? Disappointed though. The lack of, I guess you can't really do much fingering if she's getting stuffed in all her fucking holes. Never mind. I was gonna say the lack of that. Never, they didn't really talk about that except for like one time when she was like laying against Chef, who happened to be this really tall, skinny guy, and he was the chef was his name, and she's like laying back against him, and he was like rubbing her belly because he just made her eat all of this food. Ugh. I mean, God, girl, and as many times as she had to have went to the bathroom from all this food. And then yet as many times as she was slain in her back door. Whew. All right. So I'll leave a recommendation.
Okay.
Hmm. How's
Um,
that for an intro? Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies. I'm Raven.
and I'm Kelly. And today is game night where we read reviews of books that each other have read, and the other one tries to guess the book based on the review.
Or you just laugh because the review has nothing to do with the book. I just pick things that made me laugh.
I picked 1-star reviews this time, I think.
Mine were 2 or 1 stars.
Mm. Okay, do I get to go first?
Mhm. Sure.
Okay, this is a book that Raven has read that I have not read, but you did finish it recently. Okay.
Whoop. Can't wait.
I feel like I have to lower this to 1.5 stars about how bad it was. I can't stop thinking, apparently, 2025 is the year of disappointing sequels.
I just read this recently. Wait, don't. Last year was 2025, right? This isn't one of Kylie Snow's, is it?
Mhm.
You're
No.
frozen. Okay, there, a little
What?
frozen. Yeah, yeah, you're lagging a little bit, but I'll make it work. Um, wait, what? I don't know.
You just
How?
finished this book.
It's not the
We
one
literally were just talking about it.
not the one I read. The one right now, the Mask and Salt one, or
No.
Anathema. Anathema?
No, the sequel.
Don't ask me. Is it Eldridge?
Yeah.
Eldridge. Eldridge. Eldridge.
There's a T in there. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
silent.
Mm, Eldridge.
Okay,
Yeah.
your turn.
Go fuck yourself. That was a good book. I think we need to call out these people, okay? All right. Well, this one is a dead giveaway.
Okay.
1 star by Sonia. Horny nurse discovers TikTok horror porn.
Oh, I think you used this one last time we did game night, and so that has
No,
to be lights out.
well, no, I don't remember because I laughed at it pretty hard, and I think if it was when I already I could have, but it,
I think you
it was
used
just
that one
too. It
last time
was
we played game
it
night.
was too good.
It's a good one. Okay, sorry. Lights out.
Horny nurse discovers TikTok horror porn. Yeah, I'm gonna go on TikTok and type in horror porn.
I my friend Sarah has sent me like 10 in a row different TikToks of guys taking off their shirts. Like, girl, you're like so many.
Listen, if I'm not
You're
lagging
gonna
on
mess up my algorithm.
if I'm not lagging on your end, I might just have you send me this video.
Well, I'm not
Cause
recording, so let me
oh,
record.
ha ha ha. It's okay, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's
Are
okay.
you okay over there?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I
Why
don't
are you
know.
dying?
It's
Okay,
okay.
well, I just pressed record.
I see that.
So, am I recording? There we go. Okay. All
Um,
right. So, this is another book that you've read that I have not read. Okay. I think you'll get it though. This was one of the most trigger-filled, dark, depraved, and absolutely messed up books I've ever read. Please, please read the warnings and exit out if it's not something that catches your attention because this book is effed up. I freaking loved it. So I'm not sure what that says about me, but oh well. I'll definitely recommend this to the girlies, guys, and the theys that love relationships and dark. Do you need a hint? Or is that good enough?
can I pull up my Goodreads?
Yeah, go pull up your Goodreads, see if you can find which one I'm talking about.
It's dark. It's dark. I almost asked you if that was my review.
When I was reading it, I had to double check to make sure it wasn't your review because I was like, this could be something that wrote.
Bro,
But
Red.
you don't write a ton of reviews.
No, I'm so bad about it. Okay,
I think I've
what?
written one review.
And you haven't read this.
No, I will never read this book. It is not my cup of tea.
And it's dark. Now, does that have a theme? Do
More
you,
depraved
huh?
than
More
dark.
depraved?
I would say it's more depraved than dark, but I also haven't read it.
Is it fairly recent, roughly, you think?
Fairly recent. It's towards the top of your list.
Descent,
Close.
a demise,
Close. You were
um,
closer before.
descent, demise.
Keep going. A little higher.
Deceit? Oh, is it the Isle of Sin and Shadows? No.
Okay, now I'm second
Hold on.
guessing the name of it. I think you said the name wrong.
Descent, Descent? The Gallows Hills, number 2.
No.
All right.
Mm,
This.
Raven?
Oh, you don't even know? Man, I've read
More
some.
Raven books. Okay.
Man, I have read some pretty fucked up shit.
No, I don't see it on your thing. I know that it's on there because I literally clicked on it.
Well, boo. Yeah, none of. I don't think it stays the same. Um,
Okay, I swear to God it was on here. Where is it?
mhm.
Hmm. Could have sworn it was on page one or page two.
I think they move. They don't. I don't. I don't know. I can't tell you that I don't know what it is if you don't know what it is.
I know what it is.
Do
I'm
you
trying
have
to
it
find.
written down?
Yes.
So it's not descent.
No.
It's not, is it alafolic?
Okay, think of descent really, really hard. And then,
Demise?
oh my God, no.
Okay, descent. Really, really hard. Think of descent. Really,
And then
really
keep looking
hard.
at your books.
Descent. Really, really hard. Sinful truth? Descent.
No.
Really, really hard.
I swear to God it was on page one.
Black syndrome?
No. Oh my God, I'm just gonna tell you in a second if you don't get it. It's so annoying.
It's not deceit. Diminish.
Girl, stop saying books you've already said.
Well, diminish isn't even a book, so even am I even looking at the right thing?
You've definitely read it and you've put it on your shelf. I'm looking at the book right now. I just can't find it on your shelf. I don't know why. Can I just tell you? This is
Yeah.
really annoying me now.
Yeah.
Darkest Descent by Hazel Black.
Okay.
The one with the brother and the sister, and then the half brother that you had to like special order because they don't sell it online because it's so fucked up.
That's why you
You
don't
got
see
it
it on.
special ordered.
That's why you don't see. I don't think that's why you see it on here.
Well, I found it on your thing earlier.
Well, that is exactly what you're talking about. What was the can you please tell me what that review said one more time?
Okay. This is one of the most trigger-filled, dark, depraved, and absolutely messed up books I've ever read. Please, please read the warnings and exit out if it's not something that catches your attention. Because this book is effed up. I freaking loved it, so I'm not sure what that says about me, but oh well. I would definitely recommend this to the girlies, the gays, and the theys that love relationships and dark.
And the rays. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that I mean that right there, that is a very um lightly put review. I don't think that review could be for a multitude of other books. That is on such a darker level that I feel like it could have been a little more exaggerated. But yes, that is very fucked up. Please read your trigger warnings.
Mhm.
Please.
Okay, your
Please.
turn.
Sorry, it's my drum roll anthem. All right, all right, all right, all right. Here we go. Oh man, it said the name. I didn't realize that.
Just bleep out the name. Just bloop.
Um, okay, well, woo. So and so and so is the best assassin in the world. She really is. That's it. The best. She is also good at everything else. She's extremely pretty. What else? Or which
Throne of
is
Glass.
which is commented 1,000 times. Okay, so woo, so and so is the best assassin in the world. She's really pretty. That is the best. She is also good at everything else. She's extremely pretty. Okay.
I'm gonna say either Throne of Glass or Scythe and Sparrow.
Okay, well, let's throw in a glass.
Okay.
I was and I was thinking, man, should say what's her name from Quicksilver? She's an assassin. No, she's not.
No, she's not.
I know. I just I just said that. I had to think about it for a second. Okay.
Okay. Predictable plot and absolute Mary Sue of a protagonist. Bold and beautiful and clever and automatically good at everything. Freely writing the most played out ideas from Harry Potter and Hunger Games, extremely explicit sex scenes and violence and twisted torture and death, just to prove the point that the king was evil. We read this and we reviewed it on the podcast, if that helps.
Um, just to prove the king was evil.
Mm-hmm.
God, there's a lot of fucking evil kings. Um, there's protagonist, okay.
You also said the plot was a little bit predictable, but you did love it.
What is the one with the king? It's not Lorenzo Enzo. It is what's the big
Think before
burly?
that,
I know, that's what I'm
like,
thinking. What's
oh,
the big burly? brother. Oh, malfunctioning.
No
Okay, so it's like
brother.
he's kind of a brother, but the oh, I'm thinking of Quicksilver. I'm thinking of Brimstone. Okay,
No. Before that.
and I said it's predictable. You know, it
It's a
sucks.
little bit
It's
predictable, but we loved it. I think you even gave it 5 stars,
ooh, hoo
maybe.
hoo. All right, that's impressive. Um, Servant of Earth, Princess of
Yes.
Blood, Servant of
Servant
Earth.
of Earth. Yeah. I loved that she called her a Mary Sue of a protagonist.
I was trying to remember what you said about the protagonist, and I was like Mary Sue.
I was like, a Mary Sue of a protagonist? What does that even mean?
It's kind of
Kind of true.
catchy though.
I mean, like, she did do a good, she, like, kind of, she made it work.
That was
uh,
cute. That was all right. I gotta sneeze. I don't have I don't have muscle
to
abdominal.
sneeze.
Yeah, I don't have muscles to sneeze, so it's kind of just they fall out. Um,
Oh my gosh. Okay, so can I interrupt our regularly scheduled game night for a comment?
go ahead.
Okay, tell me if you absolutely hate this idea. But the other day we were talking about at work, we were talking about fire alarms. And then I was like joking around about how sometimes in college, if the fire alarm went off and there was like a fire drill, sometimes we would just like pretend to be asleep or not there and lock the doors and not leave because we were there. And then one of my clients said, "Oh, I had a coworker or manager or someone that was in a wheelchair. And so whenever there was a fire alarm or a fire drill or whatever, she had to go to the top of the stairs and wait at the top of the stairs for a fireman to carry her down." And I was like, this sounds like the beginning of a plot of a romance novel. Can I write a novel about a girl in a wheelchair that uh during a fire drill gets fireman carried down and then the fireman falls in love with her?
I know one.
Is that like an acceptable trope? Because I'm really into it.
I like it.
You do?
I I
Okay. I'm
I
writing it down in my
have
book ideas.
I have tried this while I was with my boyfriend at the time. I got stuck in the elevator when work said to wait on the fire department, and I was like, maybe one of them will sweep me off my feet, not just literally, but figuratively as well. And my ex is just standing right there, like he is doesn't exist in my brain process over here, me daydreaming. And it was not sexy. I have photo proof of how very unsexy
Getting fireman carried down the stairs is?
they don't do that.
What do they do?
They only do that in emergencies, not with broken elevators.
Oh.
Oh, I will show you and everybody what it is they do, and it is not fun
Hmm.
or cute or anything sexy. There's no way to be sexy in that situation. Let me just tell you. Your legs are just like, woo. Go. Right. Could someone hold my knees together at least while we go down so I don't look like a dumbass? Anyways, I left with my boyfriend and no new phone numbers.
Okay, well, I'll work on my idea then to make
Oh,
it
it's a great idea. Make
maybe
it
I
good.
don't know. We'll see.
Make the building on fire so it's more extreme.
Oh,
Oh, now
okay.
I want to write a contemporary romance.
I know, right? Sometimes I get these really random contemporary romance ideas, and I'm like, maybe I could write that. I also have this other idea of this girl who loves the zoo It's based on my trip to the San Diego Zoo that I love so much. And she gets like a yearly pass and she takes all of her first dates, like all her Tinder dates or Hinge dates or whatever, to the zoo. And they like walk around the zoo and that's like her first date. And then she obviously like starts making friends with the workers there because they start to realize like she's like there all the time taking her dates or whatever. And then so like if there's a really bad one, they like help her out of the situation or whatever. And then obviously she one of the guys that works there falls in love with her and he's like trying to get her to like realize that, you know, that she's into him or
And
that he's into
he's
her.
he's the one
Anyway,
that he's the one that shuffles up the meerkat poop. No, nothing special.
maybe I was thinking maybe he would be the zoo veterinarian.
Girl, now we're talking.
Yeah.
I was trying to put something else in women's heads where they don't have to always aim high, okay? Sometimes a meerkat shitter could be the one, okay?
Maybe he is the one. Maybe she's the veterinarian and he just loves animals and he's just, you know, in charge of the lions or something.
Or get this, she's a
Or the
veterinarian and he is one of the school teachers who brings the kids on a school, whatever, field trip to the zoo. And she is known for
mm.
being like the one that always has the failed dates. And Auntie Jemina, who does the soda machine place, is, yeah, I could go into this.
Hands out
So
the cat and candy and the
when she's like, "Oh, baby, I made you lunch. I figured you were too busy staying late yesterday to save the rhinos." Yeah. Yeah, and her
uh
super hot safari African boyfriend didn't work out. Dr. Evan, we'll use Dr. Evanstein or whatever from, he's a real guy.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think it was my idea. I might have gotten this somewhere else, but I'm like obsessed with this idea. And I guess there's at least one book out there that based on this, but this idea that a girl who's like having a hard like goes through a breakup or whatever goes to the Humane Society and adopts a dog, but it's a werewolf shifter. And he's like kind of stuck in his form for like, I don't know, like 30 days or something. And then he like kind of falls in love with her. So he's like, you know, he was gonna leave after he could turn back into a human, but then he falls in love with her. And so then he keeps pretending to be her dog, but then also now can shift back into his human form. So then he like tries to date her as his human form, but then has to like rush back to be his her dog. Why are you laughing
I'm,
like that?
I'm so crying.
Why are you crying?
It's the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
If only we could all do it. The humane societies will be empty. I
Everyone's
do.
gonna adopt a dog hoping it's their werewolf boyfriend.
Oh my, and then she'll be like, "Oh my God, I've been naked in front of you."
I've been naked in front of
You know how many people poop with their dogs in the
you.
bathroom?
Sort of.
Dang, that was
There has to be a scene like master.
what? You're breaking up.
He's like where he's like a dog and then she's like in her bedroom. She's like, get out of here. You ever tried to masturbate with your dogs around? It's kind of annoying. You're like, you have to like kick them out of the bedroom, and then sometimes they whine, and you're like, oh my God, guys, stop.
Listen, I only need 3 minutes. Just give me 3 minutes.
Just give me 3 minutes.
Thought I was gonna use 10 minutes for myself, but three it is. Awkward. Yeah, no, I have been there. It's awkward, and you're like, get the fuck out. And yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is my time. Go away.
Or like when you're having sex and they jump on the bed and they're like, oh, hey, play in.
You're like,
And they're like,
please go away.
no.
Um, yeah.
Hmm, this is fun. I have more, but I'm
I
just,
also have like a whole folder of ideas.
wow.
Um,
I'm enjoying the gossiping.
hmm Um,
All right, so I so so I have one.
okay.
I only have like I think this might be my last one, but all right. 1 star from Russia. Ma'am, a civil war is about to break out. Let's start choosing a king. I think you and I both huffed at this one.
A civil war is about to break out. Let's choose a king.
Yeah, like let's come on, let's choose a king because we're about to have a
Is it Princess of Blood?
it is. It's a lot of really funny ones for that one.
Okay, I have one more. I have one more, but I might have already done this in a previous episode. I'm hoping I didn't. I can't remember, but I have two. The first one I just thought was kind of funny, but the second one kind of gives it away. So I'm going to read the first one.
Okay.
Whatever rewriting they did on the fanfic is just as derivative, trite, and mind-numbingly repetitive as you expected it to be.
I've only read 2 fanfics, so it's either the one behind you or the big one.
Okay, I'll
That's
read you the second review and then you'll be able to tell. 1 star for the delusion required to believe that this is worth any formal publication. No matter how you feel about the plot or the topics, not enough has been done to make this a book that can stand separately to the context that is assumed by the reader in fanfic. Swapping out names and putting in complicated Sanderson-esque metallurgic magic systems is not enough. You haven't put in the work making your characters and plates compelling. You just threw a temperature tantrum. Sorry. You cannot just throw trauma at a wall and call it character development. That's what, sorry, I messed up that last line, but it was the funniest line. You cannot just throw trauma at a wall and call it character development.
was it Rose and Chains
No, is the other one.
or Alchemized?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
I
did
thought
I?
you get it by the metallurgic
That's what I thought
magic
too. That's
system.
what I thought too. And I was like, you know what? My dumbass alchemized.
Mm,
I don't know why I didn't even think of that. I kept saying the big book, the big
the
book.
big book.
I was like, did they have? Was it
I
alchemy?
think I have a Sanderson book that on my Libby that says it's supposed to be ready really soon. It'll be my first time reading Sanderson, but I've been kind of putting off reading any of his books because I've just been whatever, but I've heard really good things. So first Sanderson,
You're breaking up.
who you were, boo.
Mm. I'm gonna read one more and be done because this one's just really good. And
Okay.
I was I was not sure why you had this on your thing, but you have it. Um,
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look it up.
if I had to choose between going to a 24-hour lecture by my most boring professor and spending 5 minutes with Kai Morai, I wouldn't hesitate picking the first option.
Um, you said between
Kai
Kai, is that
Morai.
what you said?
Kai Morai. Morai. Mori. Kai Mori. Kai Mori. Sounds a little better. Mori. Kai
Is that
Mori.
the Penelope Douglas book?
Yes.
Okay. So it's funny that you brought that one up. That was the one I
Mm-hmm.
read because you had been telling me for a long time that you loved Penelope Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular MMC kept coming up on everyone's lists of favorite MMCs. And so I didn't read the first one because I read somewhere you don't have to read the first one to get the second one because each book follows a different male character in a group. But I do kind of regret not reading the first one because there was some stuff referenced. The first book was referenced a bunch of times, and I didn't like the book. I just didn't like it. And so that was when I told you, I was like, okay, I will read one of the Penelope Douglas books that you recommend because you keep telling me how much you like her, and there's like a few that you really like. And I tried to read her. I read this one book and everyone loved the main male character, but I didn't like it. So I'm going to give her one more try. So that was the book that got me to read Credence because I was like, okay, maybe I'm just not reading the right Penelope Douglas book because
Mhm.
so many people love her, including you. Anyway, I didn't like it. I
I thought it was
didn't like
trash.
him.
I,
I don't know what it was. I didn't find the characters believable. I didn't find the plot very believable and I didn't find the characters very believable. I just thought it was like a bunch of I don't know, words on a page that kind of like made sense, but there was just no believability in the plot. I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
You're telling me like she's a virgin, but then she just does this. No, that doesn't happen.
that's how all
And
of them
he was just
happen.
like, I don't know. It was just like, he was so, like, he just didn't have a personality. And I was like, how can you be so into this guy that has like zero personality?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
the
know.
fact that you remember so much about this book is great because I don't.
I think they were in high school, but like, okay, here's the thing. I don't know if maybe I feel like I had a very average childhood, but sometimes in these books, the the 17-year-olds never live with their parents. Their parents let them run around and do like all this weird shit. And they're basically, I'm like, no, like 16, 17-year-old is like living on their own or just like their parents are never like, who lives like that? It was
Hmm.
just so, I hate high school books where they really should have just taken place when they're in college because that is college student behavior, not high school student behavior. Does that make sense? It's
No,
one of
it
my
does.
biggest pet peeves when writers write high school students when like that, when that's really college student behavior. Like you live on your own when you're in college. You like, yeah, you may live in a college close to home and still live at home or like visit home on the weekends, but that's not high school student behavior,
No,
in my
no,
opinion.
no.
It
That's
drives me crazy. It's
agreed.
one of my biggest pet peeves.
Agreed.
That's why I sort of stopped reading any I stopped reading a lot of YA for a while because YA you had to be a teenager stuff. I'm like, that's not how teenagers act. You're writing like a 20-year-old, not a 16-year-old. 16-year-olds don't act like that. They're
17. They're
still
always
self-conscious. They're
17.
still like don't have themselves figured out. Versus like a 20-year-old is starting to sort of figure themselves out, but they're making a lot of stupid mistakes. That's 20-year-old behavior, not 16-year-old behavior. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I don't know why I needed to like defend myself about that book, but I just did.
I just thought it was funny. This is the
Uh,
Walmart version of the Hunger Games.
the Walmart version of the Hunger Games. Okay, hold on. Is that not Princess of Blood, but the other one? Uh
I never read this one.
The Ascendant?
No.
Okay, let's see. Walmart version of the Hunger Games. Walmart version of the Hunger Games. Mm, mm. No, no. Okay, give me another hint.
Um,
You didn't
you
read this one.
you said that it also was plagiarized, not plagiarized, I wouldn't say plagiarized, but somebody wrote something very similar and you,
Was it Red Queen?
yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. No. And then what's her face wrote Fearless.
Yeah.
I would say that Rising Red Queen. Red Queen was way better writing, in my opinion, though. The only thing that I liked better about Fearless compared to Red Queen was the main male character. I really liked the banter. She did a good job with the banter.
The only thing I liked about the entire series was the little book that they wrote.
Hmm.
The little tiny, like little, I wouldn't even call it a novella because it's just so small, but it was good. Made me cry. Anyhow, I'm gonna land this plane for my
So
recording's
you can
sake.
take a nap.
No, I'm gonna just land this motherfucking plane. Okay, bye.
Bye. Happy game night.